Today we'll be making red Garri and white Garri for our eba. And you can actually make sour Garri too. It depends on the number of days you leave it to ferment. This was the red Garri and the white Garri I made. First of all, we're going to buy our cassava. You can get it in a lot of shops, African shops, Chinese shop. You can get cassava. Then what you need to do is just to get them, cut them, and peel them. You have to peel cassava so you don't waste it. You pull out the shell. You just peel and pull. Peel and pull. Then you wash it, clean. Because I'm using a processor, I have to cut it in cubes so it can blend well. Then pour water and blend. Machine that will blend it so smooth. Then you pour it into a cheese bag. It depends on the bag you want to use, but a bag that can drain the water. But I'm doing just small quantity for this purpose. That's why I'm using the cheese bag. You can actually use some bags. They call it Garri bag in Nigeria, where you can drain the water. This water contains the starch, so it's not just Garri alone. You are getting starch. A lot of deltas, they use starch for another swallow recipe, and they can use it for clothes ironing and the rest. So starch is another recipe for swallowing the delta state. So after I'll leave it for 24 hours, put a heavy weight on it to drain the water. This is when it's dried and drained. So for the red Garri, I will add oil, palm oil to it. I don't know if I added so much here, but I like my red Garri to be very red. So I will add palm oil. Then just mix everything, make sure everything is consistent when it comes to the color. Then I'll put it in a sieve and sieve it, because at this time I just want the particles to be individuals. I don't want it to have this lumpy kind of texture. Then let my pan, put it on fire, let it hot a little bit, then start frying continually. You don't have to stop. You stop for some time, just allow it to take a little bit of it and continue, because you want it very loose, right? So I'll continue to fry until it's dried. So when it's dry, you hear the sound. When I pick it up and drop it in the pan, you hear the sound of it. You just know it's dried, and the color will change a little bit. You will definitely know that your Garri is dry. You can test it with your hands and even take some and put in your mouth. You know it's dry. You hear the sound? So this was me when I was frying the Garri. My happy face. I wanted it because it's been long I've eaten red Garri. So this is the white one. You don't have to put any palm oil to it. Just fry like that. So if you want to make your white Garri, sour Garri, all you need to do is to leave it for a processor for some days. So what I'm doing here now, I'm putting the white one in a skillet to put it inside the oven. I wanted to try if I can use oven to dehydrate, if I will get the same texture with the one I'm frying. I actually did, but I prefer the one I'm frying to the oven. So it's dry now. You hear the noise. You definitely know if your Garri is dry. So this is the white one, and this is the water that I drained out from the cassava. So this is the starch. So for Delta people, they can use this to make another swallow recipe called starch. All they need to do is to add palm oil and start turning in the fire. Or you can use it to iron your clothes, make starch and iron your clothes, or thickener starch. If you want to make it dry, just dehydrate it. That's the normal starch we use for baking too. So I'm making my eba. Just put your water on the fire. You can make it depend on how you want your eba. I want my eba a little bit, not too soft, not too strong. So this is my egusi soup I make. If you want to see how I made this egusi soup, you can go to my channel to subscribe on this channel and follow us. If you enjoy, just leave a comment. Thank you. Have a great day.